Advisor to Abia State Governor on Media and Publicity, Ferdinand Ekeoma. Mr. Ekeoma, thanks for joining us on the news this hour. The National Publicity Secretary of your party appears to have a different interpretation to the position of the Supreme Court. What are your thoughts in this regard?
Okay, thank you for having me. At this point, it will even be wrong to address him as a National Publicity Secretary of the party, given the position of the courts. And I'm happy they said they agree with the judgment of the Supreme Court. Don't forget that the setting up of the caretaker committee by the neck of the party, which is the highest organ of the party, was because the tenure of the Abure-led National Working Committee had elapsed. And of course, that formed the basis for his exclusion from meetings organized by INEC. That was when we were alarmed, and it was on the basis of the information passed across by INEC. Because INEC didn't want to be seen to be doing what is wrong. INEC didn't want to be seen by us to be, fighting the party. And they rightly called our attention to the fact that the tenure of our national chairman had elapsed and was no longer recognized. And of course, we agreed with INEC. Of course, we tried to handle this in a very harmonious manner, which led to the setting up of the caretaker committee. And now, with what the Supreme Court has done, it further strengthens the position of the party, the neck, the decision that was taken to set up the caretaker committee to now handle every other thing that requires to be done, to conduct elections and do all the necessary things that may be required to be done to elect, a legally recognized national leadership. So there is no controversy. Nobody should be addressing himself as a National Publicity Secretary or National Chairman. It is very clear, and we completely agree with the judgment of the Supreme Court.
But you don't agree with the fact that the Supreme Court also distanced itself from literally removing or telling the status of who the national chairman of your party is. It was clear by saying that the court lacks jurisdiction when it comes to party's leadership. The status of whether Abure remains chairman or not is not that of the court. How did you arrive at your conclusion?
Okay, you see, the litigation was the creation of Abure's refusal to accept the fact that his tenure had expired. We didn't just wake up and went to the Supreme Court to say, don't go. No, because the party, just in line with what the Supreme Court had done, because we already knew that the decision to elect a national leadership, a national chairman or whoever, rests with the party. Okay, to recognize whoever is what in the party rests with the party. And that is why the party has organs. But having done that, and Abure said no, okay, and proceeded to court, we had no choice than to go to court. Because if we kept quiet, whatever the lower courts had, ruled, had decided, we would stand. So we didn't just go to, we knew that the Supreme Court, the courts didn't have any jurisdiction, didn't have the right to interfere in the internal affairs of the party. And now the Supreme Court has said indirectly, and that is what it means, that our wisdom, that our decision, that our internal actions were very much in order, that it is not their job to decide who our national chairman, is. So it's funny that the people are now trying to give a different interpretation to what the Supreme Court has said. Like I said, the party has organs. INEC also knows this. INEC is grounded. They have all the facts. They have all the details. They have all the documents to show that the man's tenure had elapsed, and they duly communicated to us. Like I said, that formed the basis for the decision that was taken in Omahia, where the National Caretaker Committee was set up to begin the process of electing a national leadership. So if Abure and others, meant well for the party, they would have, come together. They would have joined others, because the creme de la creme of the party were there. They just wanted to do the right thing. Party is not about an individual. Okay? Party, it is not about an individual. So it must not be you. It must not be your personal interest. You come into alliance with others and do the right thing. NLC is involved. TVC is involved. His stakeholders, ordinary people across the federation, are part of the party. So it's not your personal property to say it must be you. Especially when the members of the party at all levels are saying, no, it is not you. It's a very simple thing, and it's in the interest of the nation. It's in the interest of the nation.
We'll
when
see.
People come to say, do the right thing.
We'll see what internal mechanism the party will activate now that we have multiple interpretations to the Supreme Court judgment. But it's a good place to leave it.
Interpretation, so it's important.
Well, I just need to clarify that what you're saying is also quite its distance from what the other faction is saying. Ferdinand Ekeoma is special advisor to Governor Alex Otti on media and publicity.